Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Jim's 5 a.m. Club. And today I come to you from Tamarama Beach, and it's sunrise, the sun's breaking through, and it's a glorious winter's morning. It's mild, even though I'm wearing my beanie and my puffer jacket. I could be quite comfortable coming to you here with just a t-shirt. So thank you for joining me on Jim's 5 a.m. Club. And today I want to come to you and talk to you about a topic that is near and dear to my heart. Many years ago, I had the good fortune of going to a seminar and hearing a magnificent thinker talk and express himself in a way which was very, very empowering to the audience, and he's written many books. Pardon me. His name was Edward de Bono, and I'm sure everybody's heard of Edward de Bono, especially those who have studied the philosophies and the thinking sciences. Edward de Bono is a foremost thinker and has written quite a few books on thinking. And during the seminar, the thing that he talked about was that we have a world which is full of prodigies, absolutely brilliant children growing up who are very, very clever. But the puzzling thing is, what happens to all these prodigies? They seem to just grow up, disappear, and blend into mediocrity, which is a quite startling sort of thing to say. But all of us, when we were growing up, we had friends, we had people who were, top of the school, who were very, very clever. And later in life, you just wonder whatever happened to these people. What Edward de Bono talked about was that what happens to people is that they're brilliant when they're young, and then all of a sudden the education system indoctrinates them, teaches them how to unthink, because in order to get through the education system, in order to get through university, you need to pass exams, and to pass exams you need to learn certain concepts, and you become a rote learner. You mechanically learn things just to pass exams, as Edward de Bono was saying. And what that does is, on the one hand, it gets people educated to be able to think in a particular way, but what it does is it robs them of their ability to think critically and to be able to solve problems outside the sphere and outside the realms that they have learnt, or they've become accustomed to dealing with things. So Edward de Bono is very, very big on critical thinking, on being able to think outside the square, as he would put it, and to be independent of the education system, and not to be indoctrinated, not to be lulled by media, the propaganda, and all the things that happen around us, so that you can have your own opinion. You can form your own opinion and articulate an opinion without fear of being attacked or fear of being thought of being wrong. I don't know about the rest of you, but what I've noticed over the years is with Facebook and the media, there is a very, very strong push to the left, and people all of a sudden become experts in topics which are beyond their skill set, and you wonder how it's all come about. But what's happened is that they've been fed a simple narrative which their simple minds are able to latch onto, to hook onto, and once those hooks catch onto things, even if they're ridiculous, even if they're absolutely stupid points of view, they think that they become authorities in areas which they've got no authority to talk about. But because somebody else has said it, because somebody else has put out a video about it, in their simple minds they think it's the truth and it's real. So the appeal that Edward de Bono put out to people is to be careful of what you read, be careful of what you listen to, be careful of what you believe. Sit and think about it, assess it, use your own common sense. You know, does it pass the pub test? Does it pass the sniff test? So, you know, don't become overly, what's the word I'm looking for? Overly believing in things and people, because it could lead you in a direction that once you get to a certain point, then you spend the rest of your life trying to prove yourself right to other people, even though that you may be possibly wrong. So it's a tricky topic, but it was very, very good. It was very, very powerful to go to that session by Edward de Bono. He was a very simple sort of speaking man. He was slow, he was deliberate, but he made a lot of sense. And he's got a book out. I forget the name of the book, but it was about the different thinking hats. And he said that when you're thinking about things, look at it from different angles, assess it from different angles. Look at it from the client's perspective. Look at it from your boss's perspective. Look at it from the engineer's perspective. Look at it from the developer's perspective. You need to be able to step into other people's shoes and look at it empathetically through other people's eyes to be able to understand things better. He also had a wonderful technique in terms of helping you to unravel and to expand your thinking patterns. And he said that what you may want to do is, when you have a problem, is just pick up a dictionary and just randomly turn it to a page and point to a word and look at that word and ask yourself, how can this word help me solve the problem that I currently have? And he used the example that you turn and all of a sudden you point to the word egg, and you've got a problem, and you say to yourself, well, how can the word egg help me solve this problem? And he said, aha, the sort of things that I can use this word for to help me solve the problem is that an egg is strong, but once it's cracked, it's weak. And I can crack open the egg and look at and take the contents and scramble them and turn them into something completely different to what it was. So concepts like that are just very, very appealing and very, very novel, and help us solve many, many problems in our lives if we wish to solve them. Anyway, thank you very much for listening. Let's finish off with our positive affirmation. I'm alive, I am well, and I feel great. This sun is just beautiful. Stay connected, stay relevant, and most importantly, become a critical thinker. Think, and don't be fed all the crap and bullshit from everybody left, right and centre. Learn to use your mind, your brain, and your common sense. Anyway, take care, and until tomorrow, 5 a.m, see you. Bye for now from beautiful Tamarama on this glorious, glorious morning. Bye for now from Jim's 5 a.m Club.